video is a guide on how to stay down till you come up, y'all. If you working towards anything in life, more often than not, you're gonna have to start at the bottom, work your way to the top, whether that's with sports, your career, rapping, anything in life. It's just the natural progression of things. You gotta evolve. And depending on certain things you do, you can either evolve slowly or you can evolve quickly. Step number one, you gotta discern and find out what it is you want. If you're trying to stay down till you come up, there's gotta be a reason for it. You gotta have something that you're working towards. Find out what it is that you want. The main thing is that you do a little bit to move yourself towards that goal every single day, no exceptions. Even if it's just a couple minutes of working on it, do it. Thank yourself for it. Step number two, get on to Nofap or semen retention. This doesn't mean that you gotta cut off sex completely, but definitely no jacking off or porn, nothing like that. And don't be having sex with just random girls out here, you know? Don't be giving away your sexual energy so cheaply, y'all. That's what it is, it's energy. And when you got more of that energy stored up inside you, things are just gonna start happening quicker, you know? You'll have more energy when you hop up out of bed in the morning, and things will just start really going your way. The energy that you give out will eventually come back to you in the way that you just interact with the world. Number three, on the guy, you gotta start like fasting of some sort. It's almost like following the chakras, you know, like the first chakra is like the sex chakra down, and you know, that's with the Nofap and semen retention. Next, I forget what it's called. I think it's called like the sacral chakra, the root chakra. I don't know, I haven't read up on my chakras in a minute, y'all. But pretty much that involves like fasting and whatnot, and controlling how much you eat and how much you consume. What I do personally, I like to intermittent fast, which is where I wake up, won't eat till like 12 in the afternoon, and then I'll eat, then I'll stop eating at 8 o'clock. In the morning, that's when I do like my most important work, whether that be school, working out, or like making videos. And during that time, it's like I got a lot more mental focus, because that's what happens when you fasting. You gotta think about it. Like evolutionarily speaking, when we was like coming up in the wilderness, when you was hungry, that's when you had to really lock in. That's when you had to like put your foot in the ground and make something happen so that you can get some food so that you can eat again and survive, you know? Next, have a budget and a set schedule for every day. Now, I know this part ain't as sexy, but there's a reason you're trying to stay down till you come up. You wanna make sure that you're budgeting. You can do this in a multitude of ways. You can just do it so that you have like money to invest into whatever it is that you're doing at the end of the month. Or you can just, you know, store away money so that like when an opportunity comes around, you can pounce on it and take advantage of it. You don't want to be just like wasting money out here and then finding yourself in a bind where you can't pay this, you can't pay that. You should always have a budget anyway, real talk. And of course, you always need a schedule. Without a schedule, you're just gonna be scrambling around wondering what to do all day. With a schedule, you lay out what you want to do, when you want to do it, maybe even how you want to do it, and then you execute. And that just keeps you way more focused, and it takes the thought out of it. You ain't gotta think, oh, what should I do next? Because it's already on the schedule. Now, key here, you don't want to put too many things on the schedule, because then you'll be like overwhelmed, and more chances than not, you're not gonna do it all. You want to start small and then just, you know, make sure that you do it and mark it off the schedule, because that's also very satisfying and helps like your brain want to keep pushing forward. I mean, just talking about staying down to like come up, another thing you gotta realize is like, this is like the best part. The best part about staying down so you come up is really like the faith you're gonna have. You gotta know that at the end of the day, what you're doing right now is gonna result in what you want later. And by having faith in that, it makes the process a lot more enjoyable. Let's say you're training for a sport. You go in the gym, you lifting weights every day, you running every day, you doing drills every day. And while it can get boring, knowing deep down and having faith that whatever it is that you want is gonna happen as long as you can keep putting in this work. And then you also start to see the progress happening because of that. It just motivates you, and you realize like the process really is the whole journey. And it just makes it way more enjoyable. And eventually when you get to where it is that you want to be, you look back on all those nights that spent alone, all those nights where you was working, you'll just be thankful, you know? You'll look back on them fondly, and you might even miss it. You might even want to go back to it, because you gotta think, yo, if you were able to get anything you wanted at the snap of a finger, that would defeat the whole purpose of life. What would be the point? You could call it a curse, you could call it a blessing, but man was given the responsibility to work for everything that he desires. So go out there, put out work, stay down till you come up, y'all. It's your boy CJ Smooth, Sue, and I'm out, y'all.